Big Four left it all on the floor, that's for sure. Flau'jae Johnson was great in LSU's loss to UCLA, especially in the second half. She tried to will them back in that game. So did Anissa Morrow, who took a shot to the face, bloody nose, and competed, kept in the game. But ultimately, the Tigers a little bit overmatched against UCLA due to obviously the size and athleticism that the Bruins possess. You got Lauren Betts, who's just a load to deal with. When she has to do anything, put the ball on the floor, make a move, she's a lot easier to guard. People can get their hands in there, strip the ball. But when she can seal and go right up, you're in trouble. And then UCLA has some shooters and athleticism beyond that, and ultimately was too much for LSU, but a really good, tight, competitive game. But after the game, the emotions ran high for LSU, and Flau'jae Johnson has a WNBA draft decision to make, which apparently she is still deciding on and hasn't made her ultimate call yet. And that makes sense. Obviously, there has to be an allure to going to the draft, playing in the pros. We've seen her at the All-Star game. We know she's got the unrivaled deal. Maybe her rap career, music career can thrive simultaneously when she's up at the professional level and not having to deal with anything that goes along with academia. Though I'm not sure, where everybody is in that process when they're playing at that high a level, and everything that goes with it. But she is also, still eligible to return to LSU, not a senior or anything like that. She just meets the age requirement. And just like with AZ Fudd, there are plenty of reasons to go back. It is not a cut and dry situation. You can go back and be a leader on the team again, go for another run to win again. Obviously, that the CBA could change, so the rookie pay scale could change, and the NIL still is a thing. So I don't know financially what the difference is between one or the other. And then there's where Flau'jae is as a prospect, because I don't think she's like a surefire number one kind of pick or anything like that. Not huge, 5'10", I believe she's listed as, but has plenty of translatable skills, is able to get buckets, competes hard out on the floor, definitely should have a role at the next level in the WNBA. She's got the ability to make moves like this out on the court there, and left this UCLA Bruin on the floor. Skirt. That was just a nice one in the midst of that game, and wound up getting the bucket, as she was really, really battling in that game and that contest to keep them in it. And her head coach appreciated it. Kim Mulkey had very kind words for Flau'jae, and I like Kim Mulkey. She keeps it real. She's gotten some flack in the past, but her players in general seem to love her, and for good reason when she says stuff like this.
I remember when I took the LSU job, Flau'jae Johnson was the first McDonald's All American that I signed at LSU. I had not coached and won anything at LSU, and she came to LSU. And so she jump started our program, really. And then the portal helped us. We brought in, Angel and lots of other players. But Flau'jae was a high school All American, and we got her. And so I'm forever indebted to Flau'jae Johnson. Um, I think she told you the game was lost in the second quarter. That's where the game was lost. We didn't capitalize on Betts being off the floor. And she feels like she was a big part of that, not having played up to what her standards are for herself in the second quarter. In the third and fourth quarter, I think she really, really tried. That's what all Americans do. They just try to figure out some way to impact the game, and she did. She did.
She definitely did. And Flau'jae was a little emotional after the game as well. I don't know if her possible future decision has anything to do with that, or simply because, her season is over and they were caught up in a hotly contested game.
First, I just I want to just want to thank God. Like, I feel like this season I went through so much, And I really like overcame a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the number one thing is my relationship with God. Like it got so much better because that's who I ran to when stuff got hard. And then when I went to God, I was able to open up to my teammates. I was able to open up to Coach Mulkey. And I thought I became a better person. And I really became a leader. And that's who I am at heart. Um, and that's like I want to continue to be a better person. So we had success. We made history, but man, you know, I have sisters for life and God, man, he's so good. Like even in this moment of defeat, like I'm still like, thank you, Jesus, for the opportunity, you know? So I think it's a lot to be learned from this. Definitely gonna sit back, learn. But just gained so much perspective from this year. It was beautiful.
You know, Anissa Morrow was also emotional in the moment. They had reported on the broadcast, Holly Rowe reported she had a broken nose, but after the game, Morrow said that wasn't true. It's a pretty big mishap, especially when somebody like ESPN's reporting it. You run with that information. But nonetheless, LSU's run ending when it did was not necessarily framed as a disappointment by Kim Mulkey in her response to what a sorry, number one, to what a reporter had to say regarding them being eliminated when they were. I thought this was pretty funny. Mulkey's response here.
Jaden Smith, KLSU Sports. Coach, it's the second straight year you guys get eliminated in the Elite Eight. Yeah.
Is that terrible or is that good?
Terrible.
Is it? How many Final Fours you play in?
None.
So it's probably pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
But that's actually, it's a joke and everything, but it is an interesting mentality because everybody always makes things championship or bust, which when you're rooting for a team and they win way more than they lose, still giving you joy more often than not. They're still accomplishing something, right? The idea that losing in the finals is better than losing before the finals was always the silliest thing in the LeBron Jordan debate for me, or something that was held against LeBron. And I'm not saying, obviously, you want to go on and win the championship. Obviously, that is the goal. But I don't know if Kim Mulkey and Flau'jae and Morrow and Williams and whoever else from LSU is sitting up there thinking about their entire season as a failure because they didn't win the national championship, right? There is something to be said for the journey and what you did accomplish, even if the loss is bitter and you got decisions about your future to make like Flau'jae does after it.